Hi everyone, this is Miss Purvis. I'm one of the second grade teachers at Paragon Mills Elementary School. Welcome to our Paragon Mills channel. On this channel, you'll see lessons from different teachers. These lessons are based on the learning package you're getting from the school, or you can get online. The packet we are teaching from is going to be from the week of April 20th to April 24th that you got last week. Now, if you look in the packet, you'll see a story called Sir Isaac Newton. And you're probably asking yourself, who is Sir Isaac Newton? Why are we reading about this person and who is this person? We're going to watch a short little video to help us find out who Sir Isaac Newton was.
Who was Isaac Newton? He was a mathematician and probably #1 on the list of top scientists of all time. Albert Einstein said, Isaac Newton was the smartest person that ever lived. You've got to be special if Einstein is calling you smart. Newton's three laws of motion was a huge idea, but did you know Newton also came up with the idea of gravity? The famous story is that in 1666, Isaac Newton was sitting under an apple tree when he watched an apple fall and wondered why. Hey everyone, I just invented gravity, which was a big relief because up until then, everyone was just floating around. Okay, so it didn't happen like that. He didn't invent gravity. He gave a name to this invisible force and then described how it works. Not only did it make things fall down, but it was the same force that kept the moon circling the Earth and the Earth circling the sun. And he invented a new kind of math to explain how. We now call it calculus. See? I told you he was smart. He's very smart.
So from that video, we know one thing already. He was very smart. We also learned he was good at math and science. Now we are going to read more about him from your packets now. So please get your packets and turn to the Sir Isaac Newton story. The first time, I'm just going to read through it. I want you reading along with me. We're going to read through it again. I'm going to stop and ask questions on the story. Are you ready? Let's go. Sir Isaac Newton, adapted by Raymond Lambourne, illustrated by Jim Madsen. You'll see over here the story it came from. Isaac Newton loved math and science. He was very smart, but he wasn't a star student in school. He learned best when he was by himself. After 2 years in college, Isaac got the chance to study on his own because his school closed. A terrible disease made it unsafe for students to go to school. In the 2 years Isaac was out of school, he discovered many important ideas. He created a new kind of math. He discovered gravity. He learned how the sun and planets move. When he went back to school, his ideas amazed his teachers. He became a very famous scientist, and his ideas are still important to science today. Okay, now we're going to read through the story again. This time, like I said, I'm going to stop and we're going to answer some questions on the story. Isaac Newton loved math and science. If you like math and science too, raise your hand. I love math and science. He was very smart, but he wasn't a star student in school. So even though he was smart, he didn't always make the best grades, and that's okay. He was trying. Everybody learns differently. He learned best when he was by himself. After 2 years in college, Isaac got the chance to study on his own because his school closed. A terrible disease made it unsafe for students to go to school. That's kind of like what we're going through right now, right? We can't go to school right now either because it's unsafe for us to go because of a disease. Are we still learning though? Yes, absolutely. We're doing it right now. You're learning at home and you're learning when you're meeting with your teachers during our meeting time. We never stop learning. In the 2 years Isaac was out of school, he discovered many important ideas. He created a new kind of math. Who remembers from the video what that math is called? If you do, raise your hands. If you said calculus, yay, you got it right. That was a hard question, I know. He discovered gravity. He learned how the sun and planets move. When he went back to school, his ideas amazed his teachers. He became a very famous scientist, and his ideas are still important to science today. So, what is a scientist? If you said it's someone who studies science, you are correct. Way to go. Now, it did say in the story he discovered gravity. We're going to learn more about gravity right now while we're listening to a song on gravity. Are you ready?
Gravity. Gravity is all around. I'm falling full speed to the ground. That you and I can't see. Towards you and you towards me. Saw some flying into space. I'm on a chip on my shoelace. That cool force is gravity. Isaac Newton's apple tree. Gravity. A force. Gravity. Both Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury. Gravity. A force that's pulling you and me. Down and down. As the earth moves round and round. You fall, don't fall down. The force of gravity pulling us to the ground. You can never see it, it never misses sound. It makes some other earth go round and round and round. The planets have the orbits because of gravity. Pulls a flying object, pulls a you and me. Makes an apple fall, lets us outside, makes a you. And that's time. We all fall down. Gravity. We all fall down. Gravity. We all fall down. Gravity. We all fall down. Hey gravity, hey, don't make me fall down today. Here's the reason why I'm scared. 32 feet per second squared. Hey gravity, hey, don't make me fall down today. Here's the reason why I'm scared. 32 feet per second squared. Gravity, a force that's pulling you and me. Gravity, both Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury. Gravity. A force that's pulling you and me down and down. As the earth moves round and round. With Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury. And all the planets I can see. Hold in orbit round the sun. The sun is pulling everyone. Sun has so much gravity. A whole bunch more than you and me. Great big mass, big gravity. And way much more on the sun, you see. And way much more on the sun, you see. Great big ball of mass means more gravity. The great amount of mass means the greater the pull. A dog has less mass than the cow or a bull. The not too strong, but it's all around. If it was real strong, we couldn't jump up off the ground. Gravity's good, based on mass, not earth. Gravity holds us to the earth. Gravity, we all fall down. Gravity, we all fall down. Gravity, we all fall down. Gravity, we all fall down.
So we learned in that song that gravity is a force that pulls us to the ground. If you trip, do you just stay in the air hanging? Nope, you fall to the ground. So we're going to do some experiments on this right now. What I need you to do right now is to find something that you can drop on the ground, but it won't break. So don't go getting any glasses or anything like that. Get something you can drop on the floor and it's not going to hurt it. Okay, I'll give you a minute to find something. Ready? And go. Okay, do you have your objects? I have mine. I have a pen and I have a penny. Now, I know you can't see the floor when they fall down, but you can hear them. And you also see it's not going to hang in the air when I drop it. So first I have a pen. If I drop it, what happens? It fell right down on the table. My penny, same thing. I drop it, and what happens? Now, why aren't they just hanging in the air like this? It's because when I let go of them, gravity pulls them down to the earth. Now, drop your object and see what happens. Is it just floating there, hanging in space? No, it falls to the ground. Okay, now we're going to do another experiment too. This is going to involve jumping up and down. So I need you to stand up. Are you ready? Now, Miss Purvis is way too old to jump up and down, but you guys are young, you can do this. I want you to jump big 1 time, jump big 2 times, jump big 3 times. Now, when you jump, what happens? Are you floating in the air? No, you go back to the ground. That's gravity. It's something that's always been there, but Sir Isaac Newton was the one to figure it out and how it works. Now, if you go back and look at your packet, you'll see you have 2 questions to answer. What did you learn about Sir Isaac Newton? Why were his contributions important to our society? That basically the second question means, why is he important? What did we learn about him and why is he important? So we're gonna need to do a writing on this, and I'm gonna give you some tips to get you started on your writing. So what did you learn about Sir Isaac Newton? Why is he important? So look back at the story. What are some things we learned about Sir Isaac Newton from the story and also from the videos we watched? Now, one thing that really helps me when I'm getting started with writing is to make a list. So I'm going to start making a list of why he's important. So let's look back at the story and let's see if we can find out things he's important. So I want you to look at the story too while I'm looking at and see if you can find things that makes him important that we learned about. Okay, so I'm going to say he loved math and science. That's one thing I learned. What's something you learned? You may have said that he was very smart. What's something else you might want to say? You might want to have said that he discovered gravity. There are many other things you can say too. If you look at the story, you can find many other things. Now, can I just leave it like this? Is this a writing? No, of course not. I need to have a topic sentence. I need to add my facts. And then I need to have a conclusion. Now, if you're in my class, you might remember the hamburger method for writing. So first you want your topic sentence. That's the sentence that tells you, the reader, what you're writing about. So if we're writing about Sir Isaac Newton and things about what we learned about him, what would be a good topic sentence for that? Think about it for a second. You might have said that I learned several things about Sir Isaac Newton. You might have said something like, Sir Isaac Newton is important because, or this is what I learned about Sir Isaac Newton. Any of those are fine or something you can think of on your own as long as you tell me what you're writing about. Then after that, we have our supporting sentences. Those are facts we learned in the story. You can find from the story or from the videos we watched, things you learned about Sir Isaac Newton. And when you're totally done with that, then you want your conclusion. This basically sums up the stories about it. You could go back to your topic sentence again saying, like, this is what I learned about Sir Isaac Newton. I want you to be creative and have fun with this. I know you guys can do a great job because you're all awesome writers. When you finish your writing, you can show it to your teacher when you meet with them during our Zoom meetings or however you meet with your teacher and let them give you feedback on it. I'm sure they'll be so happy to see your writing. When you finish your writing, the next thing you can do in your packet, you have some questions on the story. See if you can answer the questions on your own. You can also share those with your teacher. So you got 2 things of homework to do. Number 1, do your writing of Sir Isaac Newton. What did you learn about him and why is he important? And number 2, see if you can answer the questions on him. I know you can do it. Now the last thing we're going to do in this video, we're going to work some on word work. We're going to work on words with the ent and end word families. It says, I can read words with the end and end word families. So I see the letters E and D together. I can say the sounds and blend it together. I go and, end. What are some words you can think of that have the end sound? I bet you came up with a bunch. Now look at the ENT, same thing. It goes ent, ent. Can you think of any words that end in ENT? I bet you came with a bunch of those too. Now we are going to practice reading some words with this now. So I see this word here. I know I see END, so I know it's going to go end, bend. Say it with me, bend. Very good. Let's look at this one. I see END again. So I go end, lend. Oh, I see an ENT one. ENT, 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 scent. Say it with me, scent. Very good. Let's do some more. We're just going to go through this pretty fast. I want you guys to try to use your fluency and read the words with me. Send, dent, bent, end, trend, rent. I can't really see that one very good. Let's read this sentence. Read it with me. I slept in a tent when I went camping. Can you see any words in that sentence that have the ENT or END spelling pattern? If you said tent or went, you got them right. Congratulations. Woohoo! Let's read another sentence. I am going to spend some time with my family. Read it with me again. I am going to spend some time with my family. Do you see any words there at the END or ENT pattern? If you said spend, you got it right. Way to go. Woohoo! Now, here is your challenge. I need you to get a piece of paper and a pencil. I'll give you a second to do that. All right, challenge number 1. I want you to take about 30 seconds, and you're going to try to write as many words as you can think of that end in either ENT or END. Ready, set, go. And time. How many did you come up with? Wow, way to go. Now, next thing, here's your other challenge now. You're going to make a sentence using a word with the end or end pattern. Now, I want you to do at least one sentence, use at least one word in this sentence. You really want to challenge yourself, use 2 of the words in your sentence. Make your sentence of capitals and ending punctuation. Take about 30 seconds to write your sentence and go. And time. You can take a little bit of time later on to read your sentence to a family member. Read it to your mom or dad or brother or somebody else in your family to share your sentence with. All right, so this is almost the end of our lesson. Let's review what we worked on today. We learned about Sir Isaac Newton and why was he important? If you said he was important because he discovered gravity or calculus, or because he's a famous scientist, good at math, those are all great answers. Congratulations, way to go. And we also learned about words with the end and end one word families. It's important to know that's when we're reading and we're writing, we can spell those words correctly and we can read them correctly in sentences. Now, what were your 2 takeaways you have to do for your homework today? That's right, you have to write a paragraph about what we learned about Sir Isaac Newton and why is he important. You're going to share that with your teachers when you meet with them. And also you're going to answer the questions about Sir Isaac Newton. All right, it's been fun teaching you. I want you all to have a fabulous day. Goodbye and stay safe. Miss you all. Bye.